A real MVP.
Real MVP in this
Sir.
shit, bro. Damn, how many people supposed to be in here?
I'm thinking. I think about like 2 or 3 more people were responding to the
With three more.
poll on the story. So I was waiting for them, but they ain't responding to my DMs right now. So they missing out. Really, they missing out.
Listen out, bro.
We can just go ahead and get it started, bro. And I got the video dropping afterwards, anyways. If anyone misses, so it's all chilling.
But let's get
All
it.
right, brother. On you. On you. Go
Been
ahead.
waiting for this shit.
Yes, sir.
Shit. Hold up, where's the slide?
That boy did a slideshow. He's professional.
Yo, we
PowerPoint
might.
presentation.
Oh shit, I gotta go into my drive real quick.
No
You
worries.
sent it to my drive, right?
Yeah.
What's up,
I'll
Alright,
send it to your email.
I bet. Here, share my screen real quick.
Bet that.
Oh,
Alright. Alright, chat. So, placements and networking. Well, y'all can see all right?
yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. Some good ass sauce right here.
My boy got a whole PowerPoint. I appreciate it.
Shout out to Noah. All right. I'm a 16-year-old from Maryland. All right. Been making
Stand up,
beats for
DMV.
about 3 years. Making beats for about 3 years and started doing R&B for the first 2 years. And then summer 2024 summer, I switched to rap beats, and that's where everything started. That's where you see all these credits right here. All these credits came from within a year. So that's just crazy. And then, yeah. All right. So you gotta be, you can't be having the mindset of just doing it for money. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be doing this shit just for the money. You gotta actually have enjoyment from this. So if you're doing it without even like enjoying it, you know what I mean? If you're doing it just for money, just forget about it. You gotta actually enjoy what you're doing. Um, demand. So obviously, like there's gonna be shit ton of people that want Drake beats, right? And the thing about that, so this goes for YouTube, by the way. Drake type beats is too oversaturated, so you could just do something similar, you know? I don't know if that makes sense or not, but you um could do Party Next Door and Drake type beat. And for me, that's worked out for me the most. Actually, my most popular video on YouTube has almost 20,000 views. And that's from posting a Party Next Door and Drake type beat. And obviously, you're going to need to put in some time to make this work. All right. You can't be like most people are going to be like, oh, yeah, I made this dope ass beat. I'm going to be rich and famous in like 2 nights or something like that. No, that's not how this shit works. You got to be able to put in the grind, put in the time for it, and you also just gotta have patience too. So, all right, for beat makers, I suggest doing 1 to 2 beats a day. And what I like to do for this is I like to start off with a beat, right? I like to start off with an idea, and then I'll go to start up a new page. Okay, I'll start up a new project, and I'll work from there as well. And for me, working on like multiple different ones instead of sticking to, let's say, one project for like an hour or I don't know, a little less than that, I say that it makes the workflow much better and more efficient. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but I recommend trying that, just starting off with an idea of a beat, and that goes for loops as well. Like, start off with an idea for a loop, create a new project too, save that previous one, just start working on a different one as well. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense?
I got a question
Hell
on that.
yeah.
So what you mean is like
What's up?
you be working on like three different beats at the same time. Like you be like doing one for like I don't know 30 minutes, and then whatever you get done, you just switch over to another beat, cook on that one for 30 minutes, switch back to the other one, and
Yeah,
finish it up. I like that.
yeah. Like, I'll
That's
start
different.
new projects too. So that helps me a lot. And by doing that, I'm able to send out like maybe I'll be able to send out maybe 4 or 5 beats a day just by doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it might take a little bit, it might take a few days, but you know, if you're not, just don't overcomplicate them too, for real. So yeah, I suggest trying that. It really does help. And for my loop makers, definitely try to hit like 3 loops per day. And I know that's something I'm not really a loop maker, but I like to send out loops as well because I found that getting placements is a bit easier from sending out loops, especially if you got the right connects and you know the right people and stuff like that too. So I definitely feel like trying to make loops is a great thing to become successful. Cause I got my Moneybagg Yo placement, Boston Richie placement, Aaron May placement from doing loops. So that is definitely something that y'all should be doing if you already haven't tried that. And with doing both, if you do both, that's even better. Cause also, you can send out 4 different things from one beat. All right. You can send out the full beat to the artist, right? You can send out the loop you made in that beat to a producer. You could also send out the FLP as well to someone that does drums. And so I think that's a pretty efficient way as well. So I suggest doing that. Uh, Definitely give it a try. So mentality, definitely the little wins always count. Don't ever push those little wins to the side because even even if it's like getting a fuck it, even if it's getting like a dollar sale, you should still be proud of that because at the end of the day, that's still something someone was fucking with it so much that they decided to buy it from you. Like that's to me, that's a win. And every failure is definitely a learning experience as well too. Like there could be there could be an artist out there, right? You're making beats for him. He's like, nah, I'm not fucking with it. Don't beat yourself up for that shit. Just this is just a motivation to keep going and to keep grinding. Like, don't let that shit ruin you. It's just, and I have this on my Instagram as well for a highlight. Cause if someone isn't fucking with your work, don't let that bother you. Just let that be motivation to keep going and to keep improving. So don't beat yourself up for doing some bad shit that artists won't like or a producer won't like. Because at the end of the day, you'll improve and keep going up the more you keep doing it. And definitely manifest your goals. This is something I did for my Boston Richie placement. And I started doing that in around September last year. I found it to actually work seriously because I got a text from my boy at like it was 1 o'clock for me in the morning. I woke up the next day. My DMs were going crazy. They're like, "Yo, you got a Boston Richie placement," and so that was pretty dope. And all of that was just from grinding, making shit for him, sending it out to the right people, and then boom, it happened.
I got a quick question about the manifestation. Because
Yeah,
I
what's
feel like
up?
there's
What's
a
up?
lot of information out there on like how to manifest, and I feel like manifesting is something that a lot of people like either you do or you don't believe in. What is your like when you
Yeah.
went to manifest this like Boston Richie placement? Like what's your usual routine? Like how do you sit there? You think about it, you write it down. Like how do you go about manifesting this shit?
So for me, I used to just listen to his music, and around the time his newest album came out, that's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna be, I'm gonna get a song with this dude soon after. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna keep grinding my hardest for it. I'm gonna keep grinding loops, beats for him, and yeah, in February of this year, I got the placement with him. So
Dope. So you just kept thinking that
yeah,
in your mind, like I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it, and it happened.
yeah,
That's
Boston
fire.
Richie's my favorite artist too, so
That's pretty
it's
sick.
pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, definitely manifest all the goals you have. Right now, I'm manifesting a Billboard plaque, so hopefully that happens. Um, all right, for the don'ts, do not think every L is the end of the damn world. Because at the end of the day, that's just you improving. It may not seem like it, but that's really you improving because you're going to learn from that L. You're going to change only if you're willing to change because some people aren't going to be.
Well, so what can I do for you?
Hold up.
Yep, just take the elevator to the second floor. And
All right. There we go. We got it.
Like I was saying, uh,
That boy at work.
Yeah, dude.
I was locked
That's
in.
a
I
different
was
type
locked
of
in over
grind.
here. Locked in over here, bro. But yeah, no. Don't think every L is the end of the world. That shit's just gonna put you down, and you don't want that negative shit in your brain, especially in this industry. So don't have that mentality at all. Just think of it as a learning lesson and go forward. Telling yourself you can't do this shit, bro. This has to be the most negative shit you could ever do to yourself. Dead ass. Telling yourself you can't do it, you most likely won't be able to do it. Like that's just how it is. So just stop telling yourself that. Tell yourself you can do it, you will do it. It may take some time, but at some point you definitely will do it. Be afraid to take risks as well. Like you you never know. Take risks. Send that DM. Post that story. Tag that person. Like, you never know. Invest in yourself too. Like, invest in some. I invest in VSTs to upgrade my sound for loops and stuff. And I think it's definitely worth some investing if you have the money. But don't be afraid to take risks, man. That's the biggest part of this industry. Take risks. You miss 90% of the shots. So yeah, just don't be afraid to take risks. So some quotes shows you like some failures, but they learn from them.
I threw the little
Leave it up
baseball
here.
quote on the screen because I'm a big baseball
Yeah.
fan, bro. And one thing that like always stuck out to me that I was thought was worth sharing today is that like the average MLB player bats like 240, which means that like 75 to 76% of the time, bro, they're striking out, they're flying out, they're failing, bro. But that makes them
Right. Yeah.
that's what gets them in the major leagues, dude. Is failing 75% of the time
Yeah.
gets them in the major leagues. So I think that that's just
Yeah.
something that I always
That's what.
keep in the back of my head.
Right. Yeah. That's what's with anything too. For real. Like failing is normal in life. If everybody did everything perfect without failure, then that shit would be boring. Like 100%, that would be boring as hell. So failure is learning. That's how I think about it. All right, networking and placements. So genius. I'm sure. I'm sure y'all have already heard about the genius method. So I'm not gonna go too much in it, but with genius, you could just look on an album, see who's worked on it. I'm talking like producer, A&R, engineers, managers, etc. So that's how I find some producers to work with and how I hit them up and send like loops or starters or anything like that. So another thing I do is YouTube because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes the loops I get sent are not it. So I go on YouTube, not just for loops, but also like people to actually work with. Some people that are in the same niche as I am and like also make the same stuff that I do. So I feel like YouTube is also a great way to connect with them. And obviously don't be reaching out to like the big ass industry people as well. Cause 9 times out of 10, they're not going to like want to work with you if you don't have anything to bring to them as well. So try to look for people that are like similar level as you, maybe a little bit higher. Nothing more than that though, because you don't want to get too crazy right now. In person. So definitely going to studio sessions and concerts, events, stuff like that. Um, you definitely get the best type of connection there. And I feel like with the studio sessions, you could get like a sense of their vibe and each other's vibe. That's how everybody like that's how you see these big industry producers get these amount of songs with these big industry artists. Like they have that chemistry together. And so they're gonna be fucking with each other enough to be like, let's hit the studio, record some shit. So, and I see that a lot with John Goddard and Aaron May. So definitely do that. Concerts, you could definitely meet them like, backstage and stuff like that. Maybe give them some beats,
Throw a
let them hear
USB
some
on
beats.
stage.
Bro, fucking chuck a USB on stage. You might You might get kicked out. They might be fucking with it. You never know, but nah, dead ass.
Don't be afraid to take
A
the risk,
USB
bro.
with
Like you
a
said.
bunch of beats. Dead ass. Don't be afraid to take risks. But yeah, and events as well. If you're in the area of the artist, pull up to the event. It's it's just a good way to make these connects in person because 100,000% real life connects are better than like Instagram connects and stuff like that. You're way more likely to get these placements. And soon that's something I'm gonna be doing a lot more too. Right now it's just like limited for me. All right, Instagram. Have a clean looking page, okay? Don't have no random shit on there. Like, don't have a picture of don't have a fucking profile picture of this shit, bro. Like close up like this. Uh-uh. No. Have a picture of you cooking up in the studio. Just a clean looking picture of pic of like a fit you have on. Something clean. And you definitely want to like if you have some pretty good credits as well, put the credits in your bio. That'll make you that'll definitely make people want to follow you as well. Because for me, I feel like with having my credits and the people I've worked with now in my bio, I feel like it just gives me more of a chance for these higher people to want to follow and work with me. And that's actually happening. So definitely put some good credits in your bio. But if you don't have any like outstanding credits or anything like that, just get like a good, clean looking bio or clean looking page in general. Like highlights and shit. Throw some dope ass emojis in there. I have a couple emojis in mind, like a mountain and the wave emoji, like at the bottom, just for like the aesthetics and shit. And yeah, for posts as well, like you gotta post, you gotta post yourself somehow. Stories, actual posts, like what SoundHound does. How Noah posts himself and sharing the shit that you know what goes on. That's a great example to follow. So definitely do stuff like that. And you just can't be afraid to show your face. You can't. People aren't gonna want to work with you if you don't have your face. You can't have a fucking stock image of a damn wolf as your profile picture or something. People are gonna think you're a bot. And another thing I want to say is like if you have screen recordings of beats on your page, that shit doesn't look good at all. That shit does not look good at all. From artists, producers, anybody, they're gonna see that. They're gonna be like, "Fuck no!" Especially if your page already looks like some ass too. For me, what I do if I want to post beat snippets on Reels, I just find a music video on YouTube of the artist where the beat matches the vibe of the artist. Screen record the music video, put it in the CapCut, and then you got your beat snippet. You don't want to have just that boring ass black screen, especially if it's just filled up as well with just that damn black screen. So don't have none of that shit. Have posts of yourself, posts of achievements, placements, and just people, just shit that people want to see too. All right. So that's just one part of networking. Just have a good looking page and official looking page. And another thing is commenting. This is um this is a big one. Not gonna lie, because you can't be scared to comment, especially if you want to be like well known. You can't be scared to comment. Don't comment on on your favorite artist's post. Comment on any producer's post. Like for me, what I do, anybody that I want to work with, don't just put the fire emojis. Say something like, "Yo, this is hard," or "Yo, I'm fucking with this." Say something else besides just fire emoji or anything like that. Stand out from everyone else. So, commenting, you'd be surprised where commenting gets you though. Um, reposting. Reposting. What I do, let's say this is similar to like commenting, but what I do is I just repost a post that one of my favorite artists or producers made. Just tag them. They'll they'll heart your story or see it, but that just it shows that they actually saw you. They know you're a human being, and I've done that. Trying to think. Um, yeah, I remember I reposted a post that Black made. He hearted the story, and someone like Black hearting your story is kind of crazy to me. And so he knows, like, okay, this is a real person. This ain't like, so you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes too much sense, but also, this is another thing I learned from reposting. If you follow me and you see the beats that I post, you notice that I tag the artist that I want to get on this beat, along with the engineer or A&R that works closely with that artist. That, at a certain extent, it helps a good amount. I've got a few people where they're like, yo, send this. And I'm like, say less, I'll send it. And tagging the producers that you worked with, especially if they're bigger and they don't follow you already. For me, I've gotten hella follows from big producers just from tagging them from beats I made. And I think that's a great way to get some connects and start getting more collabs with that big ass producer and possibly a big placement. And yeah, so
Another thing I want to add to this is that if you guys think about like commenting and like tagging people rather than just sending a DM, like they're in completely different sections on people's Instagrams, whereas like a DM goes into like it goes in their request folder, and I never look at my request folder on my Instagram, but like I've even had big artists like I've had like Chase Shakur and shit view my stories just from tagging him, and because it goes in like the heart tab on their Instagram, and same thing with comments, it goes under like their notifications tab, not in their message box. So it's like it doesn't send them a message request, which they're never gonna check. It goes into a separate tab where they can always look at it, and it always shows you've been mentioned in this story, and it always shows so and so commented on your post. So it's a whole nother folder that they get to see your name in.
yeah, yeah, no, that's true. And dude, I think the biggest person that liked my story from doing that is Lil Baby.
Oh, it's crazy.
So yeah, it's pretty fire. hopefully little baby on the way. I don't know. Hopefully, but yeah. So Q&A. You got any Q&A stuff or?
I got some questions to ask, but I don't know if any of y'all got anything you guys want to come up with, anything that y'all need clarification on. Like, he's here to help you guys. So if anyone wants to go first, if not, I got some. Nah, all right, I'll step up. So you're talking about how to find the secondary artists, like when you're talking about Drake XP and D type beat. Like, say you weren't
Yeah.
going for a Drake type beat, like passageway. Say you're going for, I don't know, you're looking for like Lil Uzi type beats. Like, how do you go about finding that secondary artist to put in the title, and like, how do you know that it's the right artist to put in your title?
So for me, what I do, Lil Uzi, I go on Apple Music, and I don't know if y'all use Apple Music or not, but if you scroll on the artist page for Apple Music, you'll see similar artists, and you can find like a similar artist that maybe isn't like as big. That's a smaller artist. You could see what that artist is like. You could go on, search up their Instagram if they have an Instagram. Um, Search up their Spotify, see monthly listeners. So you could put for that you could put Lil Uzi X smaller artist that's in the same niche as Lil Uzi. But the thing with that is that that tag, like that tag for the algorithm has to be like high enough so that it gets you views, but it's not like a high ass competition, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
How do you
yeah.
know that the tag is high enough?
For me, what I do is if it says 60, 65 and above and low competition, that's where I you should go. But
This is on
the
Vid
sweet spot I
vidIQ, by the
like
way,
is
right?
Yeah.
yeah,
That's why I was like,
yeah.
where you getting these numbers from? Yeah.
Yeah, vidIQ. vidIQ, TubeBuddy, YouTube extensions like that. It shows you all the analytics you need for like getting views and stuff like that. It's
And then
help.
you were saying putting like if you found Lil Uzi Vert and then like you found like an artist from his type, does it matter which name you put first in the title?
So for me, I put the bigger artist first and then that smaller artist.
Any reason why?
Um, there's no there's no reason why. Not that I know of. There might be, but I don't think there is a reason. It could be either way too. I've seen success both ways, so but you definitely want to have another artist for backup.
Fire.
Um,
Yeah.
the next question I have is like the genius lyric technique is like that's kind of more or less like less gatekept now. Like I feel like a lot of people
Yeah.
like Hocus Crazy has like made that kind of popular. Um, I've tried that
Yeah.
myself and I've gotten like very little success, but obviously like you got big names under your belt, so it works for you. So what do you do like when you find a name, or what are you looking for? Like, because do you look for like just producers? Are you looking for like mostly A&Rs? And once you get those names, like, what's your process like going about hitting them up and stuff?
Once I get like once I find a producer I want to work with, if they have like a huge following on Instagram, I'll be like, nah, I can't. I can't do that right now. But because right now I'm not like the biggest producer in the world,
Mm-hmm.
so realistically, it's unlikely that they're gonna hit me back. So what I try to do is I say I say stick with like in the 5,000 range of followers,
Mm-hmm.
because most likely they'll hit you back. And you gotta approach it the right way as well. Don't automatically DM the producer. Don't automatically DM, hey, I got loops and starters, let's work. No, what I do is I usually wait for them to post a story.
Mm-hmm.
I wait for them to post a story, comment on that, say, this is fire, bro. And then see if they reply to that before going straight in for it and being like, yo, I got loops of stars, send your mail, send your number, you know? So, and I feel like replying on the story too, I feel like that gives a chance to start a connection because, like I said before, you're going to get, you're most likely going to get success too from some good connections, some solid connections. That's me and my artist right now. I got 5 songs from him sent to me in one day. And that's because we have like a fire connection, a close connection for past like year and a half. So you can't just always be thirsty to go for the yo, let's work DM. Make a connection. Talk about some random shit at first. Or not random shit, but like shit that's relevant to what you replied to. Don't just go straight into, yo, let's work. You're going to sound like a bot for doing that.
That's true.
Yeah. You're going to, it's just not good. It's not good
I
at all.
I got a question. You said like one of the approaches you got to like finding your placements is, just is in context with the genius situation. Have you had a higher success rate hitting up A&Rs and engineers rather than producers, or has it been just your producer hit ups?
I feel like for me, it's been mostly my producer hit ups.
Uh,
Because, yeah, they, I don't know. Some A&Rs are like a little bit sketchy too, because you don't know. Like, I never really know if they even listen to my shit or not.
mm.
Because they could give me their number, their email, stuff like that. So don't definitely don't rely on just the A&R. Go for multiple people for that connection. So
I was looking the other day. They said that a lot of the people in the industry used email tracker. Do you guys do
yeah,
that too?
yeah, I use email tracker, but I'll use it to like see who opens my email. I just use it to send out emails quickly,
Mm.
but email trackers email tracker's good though. I definitely recommend that.
I got one more question for you, and that's like, if you got
Okay.
if you got bad credits, you got credits with people like you got songs with people that aren't really that known, maybe like 1K followers. Like, do you still recommend putting them in your bio, or is it better just to have like a clean looking bio instead of just a bunch of no names under your credits list?
That's a good question.
Don't have like a bunch of no names because I see a lot of people posting snippets of songs they have with artists that only have 100 or some monthly listeners,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I mean that's cool and all, but at the end of the day, nobody's gonna want to work with you because you don't have a crazy connect. Like you don't have a crazy placement or nothing like that. You don't have anything to offer. It's That's just how it is. Nobody's gonna want to work with you if you're just posting some small artist with 30 followers or something, you know? So definitely in your bio or on your page, post the artist, like the big ass artists. I'm talking like maybe like 100K. Nah,
Mm-hmm.
fuck it. 50K plus followers. Put those in your bio. For me, like if there are people I'm close with, I'm gonna post a snippet. And if it's less than 50K and stuff like that. If they're my homies and stuff like that, I'm gonna post the snippet. So yeah, for bio, don't put no names. Only put established people in there.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes with snippets as well too.
Word. Um, that's all the questions I have for you. Does anyone else like got anything that came to their mind?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you have beat block, how do you deal with that? Or like when you're not feeling inspired?
Get off the laptop. That's what. Get off the
What if you
laptop,
have
do
to make a
something
beat?
else. If you have to make a beat, search up a song or go on to songs that you like, get ideas from that. You could work around that. But for me, what I do, I just get off the laptop, I play the game, I go outside, and then shit. Sometimes I'll even take a break for the rest of the day and get my mind right. I went on vacation for a week not too long ago, and when I came back, I had so many ideas in my head, and that's because I just gave myself a little break. So, but if you do have to make a beat, definitely just go on to go on to YouTube, go on to Spotify, get some ideas from songs that you like, because that helps me as well if I have to make a beat.
I know this not my class, but my mentor taught me when you have beat block in regards to like you making a new beat. Um, he says for every producer that has one new beat idea, they have 20 beats unfinished. So with you having beat block, um, you also have a bunch of unfinished projects. And if you go to your unfinished projects, they always spark inspiration.
Mm.
Um, and I know for a fact that a lot of the people, for example, in Soundhive, we make so many beats a day that I know for a fact that we have at least 5 on hand beats that aren't finished. Um, and that can assist in your beat block because when you go to your old unfinished projects, you see potential in what you could have had back then that generates newfound inspiration that once that beat is finished, you can go back to the other beat that you had to do that was new, that gives you a new view on how to approach that one.
Type.
That's
Yeah,
good shit.
yeah, that's facts.
That's good shit, bro. All right. Anyone else? Anyone else got anything they want to say, comment on? Ask Avoided, bro. Y'all got him here.
Yo, y'all ask me anything, bro. Like seriously.
Ask him what his
What's the
favorite
worst part
color
about being
is.
a producer?
Wait,
What's
hold
Someone do
I
it.
say
up.
what's the worst part to you about being a producer?
Worst part about being a producer,
Yeah.
bro, definitely like the agreements that you have to do for getting a song.
What are they like?
Why?
I never seen one. I never got a major
Bro,
placement, bro.
bro. The song that just dropped for me on yesterday. Y'all saw that, right? My
Yeah.
new placement I got yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Big round of applause for
bro.
you, bro.
The problem with that is, appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. But big problem with that is that song was with people that were from Russia and stuff like that. And so people there, it's hard to get them splits. So the splits are fucked up now. And we can't do nothing about that. Because they didn't tell me in advance that it's hard for me to get splits. So as soon as I saw that text, I'm like, fuck, dude, you could have told me this when I said we got one, man.
Yeah.
Like we could have figured some shit out. But yeah, it's stuff like that when working with agreements and stuff like that and splits that you gotta be careful who you work with as well so that bullshit doesn't happen.
I got a really big question.
All right, what's up? What's up?
Based on being an industry producer, right? Because this is something that I'm not going to say everybody, but I'll put myself in the category of saying like us that don't have that as many or big enough placements don't have to typically deal with. But when it comes to you getting major placements, how do you approach getting your payments? Is there such thing as a point system? Is there a pub we have to worry about? Is there like what is it that you have to worry about in major placements that are important things that you have to make sure you get established so that you get paid?
You definitely want to make sure, say, hey, um, sometimes the label will just send you his email straight up. So, but not gonna lie, I haven't gotten anything like that yet though, because right now some of my major placements are still unreleased. So
Okay.
yeah, but
Okay,
the
well,
label,
I asked because I have a friend. So basically, I'm asking questions, that are generalized questions for other people
yeah,
that probably don't have that as a thing. But I'm dealing with the situation right now with a friend that just released a beat for Reggie and Hurricane Wisdom on stream, um, and
um,
he just got a contract deal that is actually kind of a really good deal, but it's also some terminology that I had to learn. Like for example, getting a placement, if it's a major label placement, they'll send you a contract that's called a work for hire contract. And being, on the outside, we're here work for hire and think that that's a very bad terminology because, like, what do you mean work for hire? Whereas with the record labels, what they're doing is they're trying to own 100% of the copyrights on the beat so that they can do whatever they want with it. Whereas in you being the producer, you feel as though since you made the beat, you shouldn't sign over 100% copyrights to it. But what they're doing is they're giving you, if certain producers ask for an advance, they're giving you an advance. They're giving you between 1 to 3 points, which is typically 1 to 3% of the royalty splits. Um, and sometimes they'll give you a percentage of pub, which is publications. Um, and they'll probably give you like a sound exchange payout amount. Um, but the part that was I was confused on is if you're giving me all this and I'm getting splits on the royalty, isn't the royalty also a part of the copyright? When in actuality, it's not. The royalties is just the access money that comes with the placement. The copyright is just their actual ownership of the beat.
Mm.
So that's why I was asking because I just found that out 2 days ago, and it's actually a big situation that you have to know before.
yeah, that's something
Yeah.
you definitely have to know. So that's the part that makes me want to fucking smash my head on a brick wall, though. Like dead ass. That's the shit about producing that you gotta worry about. That's the non-fun stuff, you know.
The non-fun
Hell
stuff
yeah.
to
Uh,
me is
That's the fun stuff to me, bro. I love
nah. That's
I
not the
love
fun stuff.
learning that
I'm gonna
shit.
tell you why. No, learning it is
oh,
good, but the part that's not the fun stuff
yeah,
is realizing as a producer the number of percentage of royalties that a label's actually willing to give you is literally pennies.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you'll have an entire conversation with a label, and like for example, the producer makes a beat, and the producer makes a beat, and then they upload it to BeatStars or something, and they're talking about giving each other splits 50%. This. Once that gets
yeah,
placed, 15 sounds like a lot that you're really not getting. The label's really only looking at giving you between 1 to 3%. So we had all these conversations about 50-50 splits and 75, 50, 33.3 when you're actually looking for 1, 2, or 3% over the overall song placement.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
And that is an
bro.
ugly number, bro.
It's a bitch, dude. It's a bitch.
You also, yeah. Also, you gotta remember too. It's just you gotta put the enjoyment over the money too. Sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
So you gotta be willing to like actually. Okay, I saw his reel on Instagram. Someone that got Annalie chocolate placement. The earnings 75 cents from that damn song. Yeah. So it's rough out there. Like,
That mean that song probably only made 7,500 view, like 100 in all, right? Because if he got
yeah,
75 cents, that mean he probably only got a 1% royalties check.
yeah. No, I was just laughing at
That's
that shit.
terrible.
Criminal.
Oh my god.
No, I was laughing at that shit because it's like you got some of the biggest artists, and it goes to 75 cents.
Ew.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that
that's
makes me think though. Like, are you guys like more invested in like trying to get placements or like making your money doing like products and stuff, so like sample packs and like beats?
Well, I mean, we was in
yeah,
just on the conversation about placements in regards to that conversation. So that was really more just on the aspects of placements. But as a producer, you got to be a business minded individual. So you got to be able to monopolize all that you do as a producer. So
yeah. Think about it this way too. 10% of it is music, 99% of it is sorry, 10% is the music, 90% is business.
yeah,
Like that's just how it is. And sample packs is definitely a good way. That's why I say if you're a producer and you only make drums, you should definitely try and make some loops because it's worth it. I'm
that's where
telling you,
most
it's
of the
worth
people
it.
get their money from nowadays.
Yeah,
They
people
got
people make hella bread from sample packs.
Kavi is one of the biggest producers in the world at 24, making millions, and all he does is sell loops.
Yeah, shout out
Or
Kavi, bro.
yeah,
Sir. All right, bro. Well, I think that's time's just about up, dude. We did good. We got through the whole hour, but if you guys didn't grab your drum kit from the chat, make sure y'all do that. It'll you just add it to your cart, price goes down to 0. Cook something up with it, tag us what you make, you know. I love to hear what
it's
y'all make with
fine.
our drum kits. And this is a pretty fire drum kit too. I love this shit. Anyways, y'all, avoid any final words for the crew out here. For the tube.
For the tube.
Dude, just keep grinding. That's it. Just keep on grinding. Don't stop. That's all.
Man, keep on grinding
Love
and
what you do.
keep on grinding, and maybe one day, bro, when y'all are 16, y'all can have as many placements as him, all
That's a lot of placement too.
right? For real. All right, bro.
Shit.
I'm a head on out. I appreciate everyone for showing up too. Me and Avoided really do. This is our first masterclass. We got many more on the way, so I appreciate y'all.
Definitely.
Phantom and Reggie, you guys are the goats, bro. Thank you guys for showing out today.
Hell yeah,
Shout
bro.
out y'all.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Of course, bro.
Shout out to y'all, bro.
All right, y'all.
Following both of y'all as well.
I'm out, bro. Peace.
Fan of me.
Bro. Peace.